Good afternoon. It is Friday, May 14th, 2021. Today we are continuing our look at Mark's record of the crucifixion of Jesus. In Mark chapter 15, verses 33 to 47, and again I'm reading from the New Living Translation, second edition, we see at noon, darkness fell across the whole land until 3 o'clock. Then at 3 o'clock, Jesus called out with a loud voice, "Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani," which means, my God, why have you abandoned me?" Some of the bystanders misunderstood and thought he was calling for the prophet Elijah. One of them ran and filled a sponge with sour wine, holding it up to him on a reed stick so he could drink. "Wait," he said, "let's see whether Elijah comes to take him down." Then Jesus uttered another loud cry and breathed his last. And the curtain in the sanctuary of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. When the Roman officer who stood facing him saw how he had died, he exclaimed, "This man truly was the Son of God." Some women were there, watching from a distance, including Mary Magdalene, Mary, the mother of James the Younger, and of Joseph, and Salome. They'd been followers of Jesus and had cared for him while he was in Galilee. Many other women who had come with him to Jerusalem were also there. This all happened on Friday, the day of preparation, the day before the Sabbath. As evening approached, Joseph of Arimathea took a risk and went to Pilate and asked for Jesus' body. Joseph was an honored member of the High Council, and he was waiting for the kingdom of God to come. Pilate couldn't believe that Jesus was already dead, so he called for the Roman officer and asked if he had died yet. The officer confirmed that Jesus was dead, so Pilate told Jesus he could have the body. Joseph brought a long sheet of linen cloth. Then he took Jesus' body down from the cross, wrapped it in the cloth, and laid it in a tomb that had been carved out of the rock. Then he rolled a stone in front of the entrance. Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of Jesus, saw where Jesus' body was laid. There's a several hours time span recorded here, and multiple natural and supernatural phenomena occurred. The first is that darkness fell across the whole land. This event was so catastrophic that the sun itself dimmed its light. God's first creation was light, and he dimmed it when Jesus was crucified. Then Jesus cried out his frustration at being separated from the Father. All of our sin was being placed on him. Every lie we ever told, every angry thought we ever embraced, every hateful notion we ever considered, every greedy, grasping thought we ever held, every prideful moment we ever inflated, every lustful leer we ever sneered, Jesus carried them all. He who knew no sin became all of our sin. That sin separated a sense of fellowship from the Father, and he cried out in agony at the loss. How different from us. When we sin, we hope God was not looking and didn't see. Jesus cried out for the loss of the Father's close fellowship, and we use our sin to hide from him. Some of the crowd had compassion and tried to help with some bitter wine, but others sneered and said, "Let's see who comes to get him." Then Jesus cried out again and breathed his last. Jesus was not murdered. He gave up his life in the time and place of his own choosing. Instantly, something supernatural occurred in the temple. The curtain that separated the holy place from the Holy of Holies was rent asunder, torn from top to bottom. It's as if God reached down from heaven and declared, "We no longer need a priest to access the holiest of places. No curtain necessary to separate those spaces. We have a great high priest for intercedes for us. Rip, the curtain's no longer necessary. The Roman officer who observed this was truly impressed and recognized the majestic power of the Son of God. Mark mentions many of the women who were followers of Jesus that saw all of these occurrences. Then Joseph of Arimathea called for the body and gave Jesus a respectful, if somewhat short-lived, burial. I am so glad this is not the end of the story. Hang on, because Sunday's coming. And next Tuesday in our devotional, we'll look at the first Easter morning. May God bless you as you thank Jesus Christ for his sacrifice on the cross.